The next morning I called the landlord. I told him everything, the noises, the packages, the knock. He sighed heavily and said, "You must be mistaken. Apartment 3B has been empty since last winter." I said, "That's not possible, I've seen him." But the landlord was firm. The last tenant was a man named Dalton. He died in that apartment. Heart attack, alone. I hung up shaking. For the next few days, I tried to convince myself it was a misunderstanding. Maybe a family member had a key. Maybe someone was squatting there. But the sounds kept coming. Then one night, I woke up to the sound of something scraping against my door. I crept over, looked through the peephole, and saw nothing. Just a shadow moving slightly under the frame. Then a whisper right against the door. "You should have stayed quiet." I called the police. They arrived 20 minutes later, searched the hall, checked the neighboring unit. When one of the officers came back out, his face was pale. "Ma'am," he said slowly, "there's nobody in there. The apartment's sealed. Looks like it hasn't been touched in months." But here's the thing, when they opened the door, there was something inside, my doormat, the one from my door, folded neatly in the center of his empty living room. After the police left, I moved to my sister's place for a few nights. But when I came back to grab the rest of my things, I found one last package at my door. No address, no markings, just my name scrawled in pencil. Inside was an old cassette tape. The label said, 3B Hallway Feed. I borrowed a player from a friend and pressed play. At first, all I could hear was static. Then, faintly, a voice. My voice saying, "Hey, I'm your neighbor." Then the tape clicked, and another voice, Mr. Dalton's, replied, "I know." The tape kept running. And what I heard next froze me completely. It was me again, talking, laughing, humming, but in the middle of the night, it played for hours. Then, right at the end, a whisper that wasn't mine. "Your turn to stay quiet." I moved out the next day. The apartment's listed again now. I saw the ad online last week. Cozy one-bedroom with friendly neighbor across the hall. The photo? It's of my old door. And if you look closely in the reflection of the peephole, you can still see him, smiling.